refers to a medical condition caused by exposure to heat, electricity, chemicals, or radiations. There are different degrees of burns, ranging from first degree burns, which are minor and only affect the outer layer or skin. The fourth degrees of burns, which are severe and can affect deeper tissues as muscles or bones. Treatment for burns depends on the severity and can include first aid topic, medication, sometimes surgery. Example of burns. An example of burns might be accidentally touching hot stove and experiencing and first degree burns, resulting in redness and mind pain on the affected area of the skin.
In the context of burn, risk refers to the potential danger or hazard that is associated with the burn injuries. The risk of burns is a vary depending on various factors such as source of burn, like fire, hot liquids, and chemicals. The extent of the body affected and the individual age and health condition. Here are some risk factors. Occupation that increase exposure to fire, poverty, overcrowding, and lack of property safety measures, placement of young girls in household roles such as cooking and take care of small children, underlying medical condition including epilepsy, peripheral neuropathy, and physical cognitive disability. Use of kerosene and fuel source of non-electric domestic appliances, and the last one is inadequate safety measure of liquefied petroleum gas and electricity.
Etiology. Open flames are one of the most common reasons that people get burned, but there are many other causes. For example, friction burns. When a hard object rubs up some of your skin, you have what's called a friction burn. It's both an abrasion or scrape and a heat burn. These are common in motorcycle and bike accidents. Carpet burn is another type of friction burn. Cold burns, also called as frostbite. Cold burns cause damage to your skin by freezing it. You can get frostbite by being outside in freezing temperatures. It can also happen when your skin comes into direct contact with something very cold for a prolonged period of time. Number 3. Thermal burns. Touching a very hot object raises the temperature of your skin to the point that your skin cells starts dying. Very hot metals, scalding liquids, and flames all cause thermal burns. Steams can too. Radiation burn. Sunburn is a type of radiation burn. Other sources of radiation like X-rays or radiation therapy to treat cancer can also cause this. And number 5, chemical burns. Strong acids, solvents, or detergents that touch your skin can cause it to burn. And lastly is electrical burns. If you come into contact with an electrical current, you can also get this type of burn.
First degree burns. This is a damage to the epidermis only. These burns are not extremely serious, characterized by redness, often some swelling, and sometimes pain. These burns do not require emergency medical attention unless the burn is on the skin above the joint or on a delicate skin part. Second degree burns involve multiple layers of skin. These burn blisters do not heal as quickly as first degree burns. Scarring usually occurs. May need to fix scars and tissue damage. The severity of a second degree burns can increase the risk of infection and complication. Third degree burns, the most severe of all burns. Damage or destruction to all layers of skin and may also damage underlying bone, muscle, nerves, and fat. Need immediate and true medical care. Result in scar tissue and chronic pain and other conditions. Most life-threatening, may have many complications. It affects only the outer layer of the skin and typically manifests as redness, minor swelling, and sometimes pain. They usually don't require emergency medical attention unless they are on sensitive areas like face or over joint. Second degree burns naman po, it's penetrate deeper, affecting to multiple layer of skin. They often result in a blistering, take longer to heal than first degree burns, and can lead to scarring. In severe cases, they may require medical treatment to address scarring and tissue damage.
First, the cold water is if you have a burn on the body. You must soak it in cold water to reduce its heat. You must soak it in water for 20 minutes while soaping it. Next is cool compresses. You can also put wet clothes to relieve the fire on your body. Just put it on your body for 5 to 10 minutes. Next is antibiotic ointment. Are commonly used as a home remedy for treating minor burns to prevent infection and promote healing. Next is aloe vera. Is a popular natural remedy for treating minor burns due to its soothing and healing properties. Next, honey is a natural remedy that has been used for centuries to treat various ailments, including burns, due to its antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and wound healing properties. Next is reducing sun exposure is essential for promoting healing and preventing further damage to burn. Next, one is it is crucial not to pop blister that form as a result of burns, as they serve as a natural protective barrier for the underlying skin. And the last is taking an over-the-counter or OTC pain reliever can help manage pain and discomfort associated with burns.
Reminds to stay away from. First, butter. Don't use butter on a burn. There's little to no evidence supporting that effectiveness of butter as a burn remind. On the top of that, it may actually make your burn worse. Butter drains heat and also may harm boring and harmful bacteria that can infect that burn skin. Kapag meron po daw tayong burn, wag po natin basta-bastang i-apply yung butter kasi nagkakos po siya ng heat and harmful sa atin po. And wag po natin siyang i-apply kasi baka po mas lalong lumala yung sakit na meron po tayo o yung burn skin natin. And sa oils naman po, contrary to popular beliefs, coconut oil doesn't heal everything. Sa coconut oil or kahit anong oil po yan, sabi po dito doesn't heal everything. Kaya pag sinabing doesn't heal everything, hindi yan nagpapagaling. For some reason, why you should apply butter to your burns? Oil such as coconut olive oil and cooking oil hold heat and can be even cause the skin continue to burn. Yan, sabi egg white. Another factor on cooking egg white carry a risk of bacteria infection and shouldn't be placed on burn. Egg can also cause allergy. Sabi daw po dito, wag daw po natin basta-bastang i-apply sa mga burns natin or kung anong burn skin na ano natin, yung egg white. Kasi nga po, magkakaroon po siya ng allergic reaction and magkaroon po siya ng infection pa po lalo. Eto, mas malala po dito sa toothpaste. Sa toothpaste naman po, never apply toothpaste to the burn. Minsan po kapag alam po natin na paso tayo or kung malalaman po yung paso natin, always natin sinasabi na lagyan mo ng toothpaste, pero sa tutusin po, dapat po hindi po natin siya na nilalagay kasi hindi naman po natin alam yung mga ingredients nito. This is another faulty with no evidence to back up. Toothpaste could irritate the burn and gives more favorable environment to infection. Plus, it's sa ice naman po, isa din po, parang toothpaste rin po to. Ice is very cold water. Actually, irritate your burn. Ayun po. Wag po tayong basta-basta po mag-a-apply ng yellow po sa mga burns natin. Baka po mas lalong ma-infect and cause cold burn if used improperly.
When to see a doctor, it's important to recognize when a burn can be treated at home and when you need to seek a medical care, you should seek help from a doctor. If number 1, seek medical care if the burn covers a large area that is more than 3 inches in diameter. Number 2, if the burn affects sensitive areas like the face, hand, buttocks, or groin, it's important to see a doctor. Number 3, if the burn becomes painful or has a foul smell, it's a sign that you should seek a medical help. Number 4, if you develop a high temperature or fever after the burn, it's important to consult a doctor. Number 5, if you suspect that you have a third-degree burn, it's a crucial to seek immediate medical attention. Lastly, if your last tetanus shot was more than 5 years ago, it's recommended to see a doctor.
Treatment for burns. First degree burns are usually treated with home care. Healing time may be quicker to sooner to treat the burn. Treatment for first degree burns are included soaking the wound in cold water for 5 minutes or longer, taking acetaminophen or ibuprofen for pain relief, applying lidocaine and anesthetic with aloe gel or cream to soothe the skin, using antibiotic ointment and loose gauze to protect the affected area. Make sure you don't use ice as this may take the damage worse. Never apply cotton balls to the burn because the small fiber can stick to the injury and increase the risk of infection. Also avoid home remedies like butter and egg as these are not proven to be effective.
Second degree burn. As with first degree burns, avoid cotton balls and questionable home remedies. Treatment for a mild second degree burn generally include running the skin under cool water for 50 minutes or longer, taking over the counter pain medication acetaminophen or ibuprofen, applying antibiotic cream to blister. However, seek of emergency medical treatment if the burn affects a widespread area such as any of the following: face, hand, buttocks, groin, and feet. Third degree burn. There is a misconception that the third degree burns are the most painful. However, with this type of burn, the damage is so extensive that there may not be any pain because of the nerve damage. Depending on the case, the symptoms third degree burns exhibit include waxy and white color, char, dark brown color, rise and leathery texture, blisters that do not develop. Without surgery, this would heal with severe scarring and contracture. There is no set timeline to complete spontaneous healing for third degree burn. Never attempt to self-treat a third degree burn. Call 911 immediately. While you're waiting to medical treatment, raise the injury above of your heart. Don't get undressed, but make sure no clothing is stuck to the burn.
Here are the tips to prevent this kind of situation. Number 1. Enclose fire and limit the height of open flames. Number 2. Promote safer cook stoves and less hazardous fuels and educate about loose clothing. Next is apply safety regulations to housing design and materials and encourage home inspections. Next is improve the design of cook stoves, particularly with regards to stability and prevention by access by children. Promote safety education and the use of smoke detectors and fire escape system at home. Promote the introduction and compliance with the industry safety regulators and use of fire retardant fabric for children's sleepwear. Avoid smoking in bed and encourage use of child-resistant lighters. Promote legislation mandating the production of fire-safe cigarettes.
Improve treatment of epilepsy
particularly in developing countries. Encourage further development of burn care system, including the training of healthcare providers in the appropriate triage and management of people with burns. Support the development and distribution of fire-retardant aprons to be used while cooking around an open flame or kerosene stove. Improve awareness. Develop and enforce effectively policy. Describe burn and identify risk factors. Set research prioritize with promotion of promising interventions. Provide burn prevention program. Strength burn care.